We are back now with the small barns. Mark Beckwith has 4 of our horses. Now, Mark Beckwith knows my brother Mark rather well, knows my father really well. And after the resin I gave him the other night, he knows me rather well too. So, Mark Beckwith has Broadway Roll, who he loves. I love hearing this. This is a filly I liked. He thinks she's going to do some good for us down in the Saratoga way. So, that's awesome. Can't wait to see Broadway Roll this week. Perfect record. I know he changed some shoes and loved how he was. But, there's a little give and take there. And as I said to him, I made fun of Mark and him a little bit about him making a break the other night. But at the same time, I want to see the best perfect record we can have. And that doesn't mean it's the best way that I see it. It's not that I think perfect record should be this way, and that's the only way he can be good. That's stupid. It's not true either. There might be a way that you can change him around and he's a much better horse. I'd be an idiot not to think that. So he might have made a break the other night, but there's a learning curve there. There's a lot that Mark and Mark both learned about that horse on Saturday night from the Saturday before. Let's see what they do next. I'd rather not see him back the Meadowlands if we're going to race those killers, but, the great thing about Mr. Beckwith is he can race in Saratoga, he can race in Plainridge. There's lots of racing down there for this horse, wherever he so chooses. Cyrus Blue Chip, he's close to leaving, I think. I like the colt. I think he'll do somebody some good down there. He's just not what we wanted him to be, and I think that's abundantly clear. We've gone over and over and over and over and over again about keeping horses just to keep them, and I know there's a lot of people that would just like to keep all the horses, but in reality, we have to do what's best for the entire, I guess, if you really want to look at the business side of it, the entire brand of the stable. Cyrus Blue Chip getting beaten a maiden time and time again. He'll win one eventually. He'll win a non-winners or two. He'll be a decent racehorse somewhere. He's not a stable horse, and that's just the way it is. So Cyrus Blue Chip at some point will leave, whether it's next week, the week after, or a short time thereafter. We will see. It's just not working out for him and us. So Admirable. I know Mark wanted to scratch her the other day. Said her left ankle had heat. Luckily, he was bugging her a little bit. And she did spike a temperature throughout the week and was a little sick. So I told him, I said, you always do what's best for the horse, always. And not racing her was the right thing to do. He'll come back with her another week or 10 days. Irv Miller has Cavill Hanover, and yes, Cavill Hanover was second the other day. Is he back up to the Cavill Hanover he was in the late fall winter? No, he's not there yet. But as I talked to Irv on the phone, it was pretty clear that Irv thinks he's still got some tinkering to do with his shoeing. We did have somebody offer to buy the horse, but they never really offered a price. They just said they were interested in him. We'll see where that goes. But right now, Cavill Hanover, he's not awesome right now, but he's still a very useful horse. Horse still 54, 55, 56. You have trotters that can get around any size track that can leave, race from behind, and do it the way he does it. They're useful horses, and they'll continue to be. So Cavill Hanover, second the other day. We'll see if he can build on that. A lot of people asking about, yes. I told Irv, you know what, he was a little bit sick. I know he's protective of him. In his head, he's off left hind still a little bit, probably a little leery and concerned about that suspensory that he had hurt last year. They had it looked at. The suspensory's perfectly fine. And as I said to Irv, since the day we dropped the harness on the first time we ever jogged him, every time we raced him, that horse was always a little rickety in the straightaways and always over on the right shaft a bit. That way his whole life. I suspect that maybe that ankle bothers him and always did, and it may have been a confirmation thing from birth. But he overcomes it. And I know that Irv, so think of it this way. If the left hind bothers him all the time, you're going to find something in that right front. His right front ankle does bother him from time to time, so I think Irv did his right ankle, was working on his left hind, working on the premise that he was going to get him to 100% or what he perceived to be 100%. I don't think you're going to get to where you're comfortable and say, now he's perfect, but you can get him to where he was good. He was great for 3 starts. No, he was good for 3 starts. He was poor his last start. Let the man do his work. I think we'll have him back to 100%. We all know he's a useful horse that can make money in quick fashion. Let's let him do his work. So if he qualifies this week, great. If he needs another few days, then so be it. Irv Miller can take the time if he needs it. Jim King, West 52nd, should be ready to go in another few weeks, I think. I didn't talk to Jimmy this week, but guy's a professional enough trainer. He's getting the horse close to the races, you can be sure of that. And then we have Tim Dickey with Cruising in Style. Cruising in Style's racing tomorrow. Continues to draw piss poor and has for a month. So he needs a couple of good draws at a couple of good places where he can do some damage, and I think he will. So I think that's what we're looking for. We had some bad luck with draws with Cruising in Style, so we're due for some good luck here in the near future. So that's it. We're back to the normal grind. I'm settled in at the house right now. We got our horses settled in. There's going to be some movement, but I think we've stabilized the chaos of the last 2 weeks for the most part. We'll continue to move forward. We'll continue to get things done. I'll continue to update you. Big week coming up at the end of the week. We got a bunch of stake races next Saturday. Miami Valley. Saturday also. Braemar races in the Stallion Series. I can't do both, I don't think. Not unless they're all in late. Miami Valley and Braemar's in early. The odds of that happening are very slim. So there may be a Mark J. McDonald sighting at the Meadows. He'll be there for the Stallion Series. And as I said to Travis Henry, I said, if Mark isn't going to drive the horse or can't drive the horse, if he just want to raise or somebody else in there, I don't mind giving you a call. You're here to work. Go work. So make no mistake. Travis Henry can drive a horse. Here's a young kid that, like most young kids, if you give them an opportunity to win races, they'll win races. And Travis is a good kid with a good head and his shoulders, a good feel for a horse. And I'm glad he's here. We're lucky to have him here right now. So his family's loss right now is our gain. We have Braemar next week. Won My Heart Hanover. Fits back in the Almers at 2. She was so good the other day. I'm impressed. Impressed with what I see from her. She's back in to go. She'll be back in to go Thursday. Eglarium. Keep your eyes peeled on Eglarium on Wednesday. Very impressive training mile on Saturday. So I'm not driving Monday or Tuesday. Frilly Fringe is coming off a very hot schooler. Keep an eye on her. Cruising in Style tomorrow. Good luck to the Cruising in Style group. Oso Pine racing in 2 hours. Good luck to them. Frilly Fringes is set on Tuesday. Wednesday for sure, Eglarium, George, Fox Valley, Britska, all those horses are racing on Wednesday. Thursday we'll have at least one My Heart Hanover. Friday, I don't know if we'll have anything. Saturday, gonna get busy on Saturday. Talk to you guys soon. I hope you're having a good week. Finally, feels like that monkey is off my back. See if we can keep him off my back. Talk to you all soon.